Racing to the 2020 Breeders' Cup Distaff, it'll be the fillies going 1 1/8 9 furlongs at Keeneland, Grade 1. 6 or 7 main contenders getting ready to gear up for that race. A couple of them are going to train up to the Distaff race, and a couple of them will have their final efforts. We've got the Beldame Stakes at Belmont, and then we've also got Grade 1 prep at Keeneland, the Spinster Stakes. Let's take a look at that division. Midnight Bisou, after the loss to Vexatious at Saratoga, they are probably most likely going to run in the Spinster Stakes. At that time, they'll make a decision if they want to go in the Breeders' Cup Classic or in the Distaff race, and a lot of that could depend on how Midnight Bisou wins or runs in the Spinster Stakes, or how her stablemate Monomoy Girl runs. Dunbar Road training towards the Beldame. She's got 2 races this year, 2 wins. Of course, ran 5th last year in the Breeders' Cup Distaff. She's in steady training for Chad Brown for the Beldame Stakes. Monomoy Girl 3 for 3 this year after the big layoff in 2019. Winner on the Churchill Downs undercard Kentucky Oaks weekend. Monomoy Girl starting to put it all back together again, and she could be training up to the Grade 1 Distaff. And of course, big effort there a couple of years ago, and Monomoy Girl getting back into those high 90 speed figures and should be ready to cycle up to a big race on the first Saturday in November. Vexatious disappointed at Churchill Downs after the big win at Saratoga, beating Midnight Bisou. They have the option of running in the Spinster Stakes, that's most likely, or training up to the Breeders' Cup Distaff, as they already have secured a win and you're in spot. Gamine, a 3-year-old, of course, the big favorite in the Kentucky Oaks. It looks like they have not made a decision yet if they're going to run the Black-Eyed Susan, stick to sprinting, maybe the filly Breeders' and Cup Mare Sprint take on Serengeti Empress and Bell's the One, or will they stretch back out again and try to go wire to wire in the Distaff? Gamine, the daughter of Into Mischief, still to make a decision on the Distaff. Of course, the winner of that race, she's a daredevil. She could train up to the Distaff and face older horses for the first time. She's a daredevil, winning at 16 to 1 on the Kentucky Oaks. Of course, 3 in a row. She won the Indiana Derby and a claiming race before that. She's really improved a lot since losing to Swiss Skydiver at Oaklawn Park earlier this year. Then Swiss Skydiver, also the second favorite in the Kentucky Oaks, and she ran second to She's a Daredevil. Looks like she is going to possibly train up to the Distaff, but that definitely is the year-end goal. Possibility maybe still of the Preakness Stakes, but most likely the Distaff on the schedule for the end of the year race for Swiss Skydiver. So those are the main filly and mare contenders for the Distaff. We'll see if some of the 3-year-olds, how they can do against the older horses, and maybe if we get the stablemates Midnight Bisou and Monomoy Girl, and then can a horse like Vexatious bounce back? And then Dunbar Road going to try to raise up in class here. Still a lot of interesting questions to be answered in that Distaff division. Remember, hit subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and share this horse racing video with all your horse racing friends. Who do you like in the Breeders' Cup Distaff as we take an early look here on mid-September as we race you up to the 2020 Breeders' Cup?